another episode of PLA Mind and Body Works. I'm your host and instructor, Percy Lee Arrington Jr., and I'm back with another video about an exercise ideology that you probably haven't heard of. Let's get to it. You're going to want to position yourself so that you can easily establish a straight line from the knee to the heel. Straight line, knee to the heel. Very important. And once you establish that initial position, you're going to want to have all your weight on the heel of this forward leg, the heel, and you're going to want to have your weight on the knee of the back leg. Heel of the front leg, knee of the back leg. Now remember, this is called a dead lunge. And the reason it's called that is because it's similar to a deadlift in concept, meaning that you're pulling the weight all the way from the floor. So for that very reason, you have to start and end with this knee on the ground. That'll become even more pronounced if you choose to hold on to dumbbells, which you can do if you want to, but it's hard with no weight at all. Okay, so again, once that initial position is established, you press through this front heel and you stand up. And once you start that process, you want to disengage this leg completely and put all the stress on the front leg. There's no stress on this leg or no involvement until you put that knee down at the end of the movement. Okay? Like so. All the way down, disengaged. Exhale. All the way down. This leg is disengaged. All the way down. Press through this forward heel or the heel of the front leg. Try to put as much stress on the front leg as you can. This is why it's a dead lunge, like a deadlift. We're pulling the weight from the floor all the way down. So you end up losing that rubber band effect that you have with some exercises where you don't start from the most mechanically disadvantageous position. All the way from the ground doesn't get any more mechanically disadvantageous than that. All right. And just so you know, you can also do an alternating version of this. Okay. I'm not that big a fan of it. I guess it has its benefits if maybe you want to make it a little more cardiovascular. Okay, but in my opinion, you get too much rest in between legs. But it does get your heart rate up. And it's I would imagine that there's some benefits to the brain because it's actually kind of confusing. So that's another aspect. When exercises challenge your mind, there is an added benefit there as well. But this is the alternating version. Same thing, it's still a dead lunge. Pull the weight from the floor. All the way up with one leg, down with that same leg. Then we switch. Remember, as soon as we start the exercise, we disengage this back leg. Then we switch. So this is the alternating version. Again, if you're going for muscle breakdown, I prefer the initial version where you just do one leg for X amount of reps, then you do the next leg. And remember, you can always hold on to dumbbells in either hand. But remember to think of this as a deadlift, essentially. Okay, you're always pulling the weight from the floor. A deadlift, but for your quad, much like you're doing a lunge, the dead lunge. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of PLA Mind and Body Works. Now, if you add this movement to your routine, you're going to gain a lot in the functional strength department. And believe me, that always pays dividends in the long run. All right, so until next time, remember, you don't need a full-scale gym in order to remain fit. Thanks so much for watching.